Okay, hey guys, this is Kim. Welcome back to Fable's Den. Today I want to be showing you 5 super adorable, cute, fluffy, furry, sweet tarot decks that I have in my collection. I'll be showing you the 5 decks, obviously, in sequence, and then I'll show you some of the cards from that deck so you can get a sense of the artwork, so you can see how cute and adorable they are. And then I want to be showing you some of my favorite cards in there, and I'll tell you why I like them. And also I'll just tell you in general why I like the decks. The first deck that I want to show you is the Tarot of the Magical Forest, or the Magical Forest Tarot. And it's done by this Taiwanese artist called Tang. As you can see, the edition I have is a little bit different. It's not the one published by Lo Scarabeo. This is the one published in Taiwan in 2006, I think. And I really like this deck. It's one of the earliest decks that I've ever worked with, and it always has a place in my heart. So as you can see, it's cute because it's got these like plushy animal characters, so lots of animal imageries in this deck, and it's definitely one of my favorite tarot decks that have animal imageries in them, or just kind of feature animals. And these animals are like literally very wide-eyed, as you can see. They remind me of those beanie babies or whatever they're called. Like every time you go to like a cute Hallmark store or something, like, or maybe even like a grocery store, you might see these huge-eyed animal plushies, if you know what I'm talking about, and their eyes are just usually just so huge. And okay, those ones actually creep me out, but these ones, there's kind of this odd stillness to it, and then it's like, it's not really creepy for me, but it just adds to that whimsical feeling, and it just makes you want to just cuddle up, cuddle with these animals, and because they're just so cute. Yeah, so just to show you some of the cards in there, and I want to show you some of my favorite cards. So first of all, I want to show you the card Temperance, because it's just my absolute favorite card. It embodies me as a person, and it's just the card that I look at every time I need to purchase a new deck. So if I like the Temperance, then pretty much I will buy the deck, like without a doubt. So as you can see, it's a cute little sheep with wings during the, during typical temperance-y things, holding two cups, and just like having that balance to and fro, being in now and being the flow, that kind of thing. Also wanted to show you the full card. It's interesting. It's this little piglet with a little sort of dog toy after. So there's this also sort of dreamland, sort of like childlike toy paradise kind of feeling, if you know what I mean. No. Okay, so first of all, I want to show you the card Temperance, because it is my favorite card in the Major Arcana. And I want to show you the full card. You see that cute little pig and this sort of a dog toy after it. And then I'm just going to show you the most adorable card ever. It's the Knight of Wands. I love the entire suit of wands because they're all frogs, and I just like I like how the suit of wands is represented by frogs, because wands equals creativity, or this burst of creativity, and frogs are obviously jumpers, and I like how it's just cute interpretation of how like each spark of creativity is sort of like a frog leap, right? So it's super cute. And then I want to show you the Strength card, which is another super adorable card. And I really like this card because it's kind of different from the typical sort of maiden taming the lion card. So it's more about inner power or inner strength, or being very gentle with the hardships around you, or kind of making peace with the beast inside of you. And this card has this warm fuzzy feeling of companionship. It's like this cross species friendship between a sheep and a lion, because they're obviously, one of them is predator and the other one is a prey animal. And then this card, they come together to cherish each other's differences and kind of embrace each other, despite one of them's instinct is to flee and the other one's instinct is to just eat the other, just chomp the other animal up. So I like how the two animals come together in the Strength card, so I think it's really awesome. Okay, so next I want to show you the Happy Tarot, by Serena Ficca. And this is yet another super adorable deck, and I love it so much because, as the title suggests, it's just a very, 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 very happy deck. Almost every single character in this deck is smiling. There's always something that they're grinning about. Happy, there's something, they're just so, so happy. And I kind of like this feeling because, I think I was reading online. I was kind of surfing Eclectic Tarot, and a lot of people are worried about that. Oh, is this actually a legit deck? Like, does it have the symbolic potential to actually have a serious reading and everything? I would say it does. It's based on Rider-Waite, and all the symbolic imageries are there, and despite the childlikeness, the happiness, it's actually very good for reading because when I read with this deck, or just looking at the images now, it just gives me this really warm, sweet feeling. I just feel like life can get really tough, but you just have to remind yourself that there's always something in your life that you can smile about, and someone's gonna also be happy if you put on a smile for them. So yeah, it's just a really, really, really sweet deck. And as you can see, there's lots of like Candyland, Lucky Charms, sort of ice cream marshmallow type of imagery, and it's just like a really, really sweet deck, like I said. Alright, and as per usual, I want to show you some of my favorite cards. First of all, it's Temperance, happy as usual, and then there's the Fool card. Look at that, just that smile on his face, like he's just so happy, like woohoo, life is wonderful. And then I want to show you the aces, or one of the aces. This is the Ace of Wands. So pretty much all the aces have similar vibes. It's just this extremely, extremely happy cloud manifesting the element. And I think that's super cool. Okay, and then the last one is the Eight of Wands. Oops, gotta center that. And the last one is the Eight of Wands. As you can see, just an assortment of candy sticks, popsicles, lollipops, marshmallow sticks, just awesome candiness. Just got that sweet momentum going on there. So next is when things get a little bit interesting, because I'm pretty sure most of you haven't seen this deck or haven't heard about this deck before. So it's one of those hidden treasures or precious or hidden gems, as I would like to say. This is the Elf of Heaven Tarot by Cola King, so that's his pseudonym. His name is not actually Cola King, obviously. And this deck is pretty cool because it really reminds me of psychedelic art from the 60s or 70s, I think. And it's very lush, it's very colorful, and when I was looking at it, it almost has this sort of hipster meets anime vibe, and I really, really like it. I haven't done a lot of readings with this deck, but I feel like there's a lot of interesting imageries in there. There's a lot of I see a lot of Hindu mythology influence in there, in terms of like a lot of like how the characters are portrayed. And yeah, one thing that I really like about this deck is a lot of the characters have this sort of snarky look. It's almost like they're telling you, if you want to have a conversation with us, you better expect to have a conversation with us. It's like, don't waste your time if you're not ready to talk, kind of thing. So I really like that attitude. It's kind of like you have to earn their attention for them to really tell you the truth and really give you wisdom. Because if you're just here to waste their time, then they're just like, well, you should just go away, right? Let me show you the Temperance card. There's that snarky look again. Oh, my hand looks so funny from this angle. Anyway. And then another thing I like about this deck is that a lot of the scenes portrayed in this deck are very, very dynamic. For example, Ten of Swords and the Tower. It's just like kind of like this comic book dramatic sort of way, and I really, really enjoy that. And let me show you another one of my favorite cards. It's the Chariot. It's a girl in a tank. Enough said. Okay, and then there is the Sun, which reminds me of the Chariot card, but I like how the horse and the little girl is being emphasized here, because it's kind of like they're saying, just take me as I am, take it as it is, which makes sense with the Sun card because it's all about openness and simplicity and just kind of seeing everything in its light and simplicity. So I really, really enjoyed this deck. Okay, next, I have the Gummy Bear Tarot. And it's cute because of its shared gummy bearness, of course, and it comes in a tin box. What else can you say about that? And it's based on a Rider-Waite. It's basically just a copycat of the Rider-Waite. The art style is exactly like the Rider-Waite, but just simplified, and every single human character in there is replaced by gummy bears, as you can see. So I think this deck is super cute, but it's not a deck that would it's not a deck that I would really work with, because I kind of can't take this deck seriously, because their faces are kind of wacky. They're kind of like bad emojis, but in a really, really adorable way. And also, I just kind of can't take the every time when there's a female character, I just see these gummy bears with boobs, and I just can't stop laughing. But yeah, I really, really like this deck, just because I am a huge lover of all things gummy bear, and it's kind of sad that I physically cannot ingest them anymore because I have a really very sensitive stomach, and I kind of have to get rid of it. I mean, just from my diet a few years back, because literally it'll make me sick if I eat it. But I used to be a huge gummy bear fan, and anything that was gummy bear I needed to have. So this was a result of that gummy bear addiction. Yeah, good days, good days. And here's the Temperance card, like the pink wings there. And then there's the Ace of Wands with the fingerless, cute gummy bear hand. And then there's the Five of Wands. You see 5 different color gummy bears sort of fighting it out. And then this is the Death card, and you can probably see why I can't really take this deck seriously, because just look at that face. Like, how can you take that seriously? It's too adorable. So the next deck I wanted to show you took me great pains to get. So why I think this deck is cute and why I like this deck. Well, it's a Hello Kitty deck, and I'm an Asian girl, and that's all you need to know. Yeah, I really like this deck because you get to see the different Hello Kitty characters, and then you sort of see this, oh, and it's borderless, which I like. And you see this kind of color scheme, it's almost like this muted vintage look. I don't really know how to describe it properly, but you see the colors are kind of muted, but it's still pretty colorful, and it's just super, super duper cute. Okay, so this is the Temperance card. Isn't that interesting? It's a koala sort of standing in between days, like standing between the night and day, and then he's taking care of his kids, and he's trying to water the plant, and he's trying to stand there, and he's trying to be still. And I really like this idea because most of us are kind of surrounded by mundane everyday activities, and really we just have to remind ourselves to be in the now and to be in the flow and to just stand still and be kind of just exist in a balance. I really like that idea. And here's another one of my favorites, the Strength card. You see Hello Kitty, that's Mimi actually. Mimi is Hello Kitty's twin sister. In case you didn't know, there's an entire just sort of like backstory for all the Hello Kitty characters, and there's also a cartoon series that I watched. Like all of the episodes, like all of them, yeah. Okay, that's the High Priestess. I like how there's this sort of mystical nerd feeling because she's sitting on top of a ginormous book. And this is the colorful 8 of Wands. And then another thing I like about this deck is how the wands, or the pseudo wands, become manifested in various sports equipment, like baseball bats or hockey sticks, or I think in one of the other cards it was just fences or something. So yeah. Alright guys, thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and do let me know if there is another cute deck out there that I need to collect, or just that I don't know about, because I'm always on the lookout for collecting new decks, especially cute decks, and especially decks with a fantasy theme. So do let me know if there's like any decks out there, so I'll be sure to check it out, and I'll put everything in the description box so you can check out all these decks. They're awesome, and I hope you enjoy them. just as much as I enjoy them. So yeah, until next time. So, like I said before, there's lots of animal imageries in there. You know, you can see like cats,
cats.